Hey, Justin. We have our second-year anniversary coming up, and I'm just curious if you've actually booked the restaurant for our dinner. I'm really surprised you're going to take me. You don't need to say where it is, but I just want to know that you've made some plans. I'd hate for you to forget.
Come on, Denise. You know who you're dating, right? This is me. I never forget things like that. I'm very organized with my schedule and the important things in my life. Something really serious would have to happen for me to forget.
You're not wrong about that. I've been dating you for almost 2 years now, and I've been waiting for that one chance for you to slip up. Waiting for that one time for you to make a mistake. And you know what? You never do. It gets really frustrating for me. I mean, I'm just waiting for you to do something wrong, and you just don't. Are you even human? At this point, I'm seriously doubting whether the person I'm dating is a robot. When it comes to getting things done, you're just too perfect.
I know. People tell me that a lot. You aren't the first girl to complain about the way I operate. It's not really something I can help.
Why? Why are you this methodical?
I mean, you can chalk it down to really good parenting. My parents made sure that I was on top of everything. You wouldn't believe the type of things they made me do when I was in high school. They wanted me to finish assignments a week in advance. That's how prepared they wanted me to be.
Well, you've got to be kidding. That's totally different from my parents. Or at least with my dad, anyway. He was quite relaxed in that department. It really didn't matter when I submitted my assignments, but that's not to say that I slacked off. I actually cared about my grades and the type of future I was going to have. Just because my parents were really absent in my upbringing doesn't mean I was going to let myself go.
Well, that's really interesting, isn't it? It shows you have a lot of resilience. But let me ask you this, Denise. Don't you think that instead of talking about your parents and the type of people that they are, you should just introduce me to them? I think that would be a lot faster than me just guessing what type of person they are.
Come on, Justin. You and I have already talked about this, right? I can't exactly do that. It's not the right time.
What do you mean it's not the right time? When is the right time gonna come? I mean, we're at the 2-year mark now, right? I know it's pretty unfair considering my parents have already passed away. I'm sure you would have loved to meet them. I might be asking a lot by wanting to meet your parents, but don't you think it's the right thing to do? I mean, I'm very serious about this relationship. I want to do the right thing and show your parents that you're dating a decent guy.
Well, look, you don't need to worry about that. Honestly, they don't care about that type of thing. We don't need to go out of our way.
Well, it's not a matter of need. It's a matter of want. You know the type of guy that I am, right? I want to do things the right way. I want to be respectful. It's the way my parents raised me. It's the type of values they instilled in me, and I'm going to uphold those values. So even if I don't have to do this, can you please just let me do it anyway? Trust me, I'm going to do my best to leave a good impression on them.
Okay, and you know what, Justin? I don't doubt that for a second. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you would do. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm worried about.
Well, what are you worried about then?
I'm just worried that you meeting my parents could somehow affect our relationship.
Are you kidding me right now? Is it really that big of a deal? I mean, do you think that I'm going to meet your parents and then all of a sudden they're going to make us break up or something? That's pretty extreme, don't you think?
Wait, no, look, Justin, I just want you to take my word for it. I know it might seem really bizarre. I know it must even seem crazy, the fact that I won't let you meet them. But if you care about us and the stability of our relationship, I just want you to respect my decision to keep them at bay for now.
This is just ridiculous. You actually want me to wait, huh? I wonder how long I'm going to be waiting. Denise, it's already been 2 years. Am I going to wait another 2 years or maybe another 5? Who knows? Maybe even 10 years? What if we decided to get married within that time? What do you think is going to happen then? I'm not really sure what your reasons are for keeping them away from me to this extent, but I think that you just need to treat it like a band-aid. You just have to go in there without thinking about it too much and just get it done. Can you see where I'm coming from?
I do, Justin, I do. Which is why I feel bad about making this decision.
Okay, well, how about you make the right decision then? Just let me meet them. Trust me, I'll go the extra mile. I'll be on my best behavior. I'll dress up nicely. I'll even get them a gift. Surely they're not going to think badly about me if I give them a gift, right? That's showing some pretty serious intent there.
Look, this isn't about you. I'm not worried about you at all. I'm worried about them.
You're worried about them? In what way?
We've been talking about my parents a lot, but the fact of the matter is, it's not even both of them that I'm worried about. The person that I'm really worried about is my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, him. The thing is, my dad isn't someone you would exactly call normal. He's kind of walking a path that's different from most people in life.
Okay, then I wonder what you mean by that.
It's kind of hard to explain. I don't really know how to put it in a way that you're going to think positively of it. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you're a completely different guy to him. Everything that you are, he isn't.
What do you mean?
Well, how can I put it? You're a pretty well-rounded guy, Justin. You work really hard, you take care of yourself, and you like to do things to the best of your ability. I think at one point you actually told me that if it wasn't perfect, it was bad. That's the type of mind you have.
That does sound like something I would say, to be honest.
Exactly. Well, my dad has the complete opposite mentality. My dad is pretty lazy. He's not harsh on himself at all. He likes to drift through life without having any real direction. Not only that, but he doesn't take care of himself. He's not like you, Justin. He's not going to the gym 4 times a week, and he doesn't have some sort of skin routine. He doesn't care about his looks at all.
Okay, but I need you to realize something, Denise. What I do is pretty extreme. There aren't many people out there that do this type of thing. Do you think I just have the standard that I want everyone to meet? Of course I don't. He doesn't need to treat himself like he's some supermodel or something for me to respect him.
Yeah, but he doesn't even brush his teeth. Are you sure you're going to be okay with that?
Okay, I would like it if he does the bare minimum to take care of himself, if I'm being honest. I don't want to stare at some yellow, grimy teeth. But at the same time, look, Denise, I hear you at the moment, but who do you think I am? Do you really think I'm going to look down on your father just because of this? Do you think that just because he's a Slavic individual that I'm going to break up with you? The fact of the matter is, I'm in a relationship with you, not your dad. Sure, having amicable relations with the parents is very important, but the most important thing, above everything else, is that you and I love each other. As long as I have that, I'm pretty sure I can accept whatever kind of man your father is.
Are you sure about that, Justin? Are you really sure? I'm a bit hesitant to believe you when you say that. I don't think you know what you're in for.
Well, why?
The fact is, I'm not really sure if I can paint the perfect picture of the type of man my dad is. You might really hate him. I don't think you've actually met someone like him before.
Look, you've given me a good enough description of who he is, and I'm perfectly fine with this type of individual. You should know by now that I'm not a bitter person, right? I don't sit here trying to judge everyone.
I know, but when you meet that one guy who is so different from everyone else...
Denise, I want you to listen to me right now. I don't care. If it's as bad as you say it is, and it has a chance of affecting our relationship, then I say bring it on. I want to test how strong our bond is. I want to see how much we can make it through the hard times. I want to put our relationship to the test. Can you see how I feel about this now? Can you see how important this is to me?
Justin, I don't know what to say. I can see that you're very passionate about our relationship. If that's the case, maybe we have a chance. Maybe you can meet my dad and everything's going to be fine.
Of course I can. This is me we're talking about. I've been through strenuous circumstances, Denise. I mean, you know all about me and my parents, right? Do you know how much pain I was under when they passed away? But did you see me falter at that point in time?
No, you didn't. I mean, I know there were a couple of times where I could feel you getting very emotional, but it's almost as if you didn't let it affect you at all. It was really beautiful to see. I've never met someone so resilient.
Exactly. So if I can go through the pain of having my parents pass away, people that I've respected my whole life, I'm pretty sure I can get along with your dad.
Okay, well, maybe we can meet. Maybe we can have some sort of lunch or something.
Sure, that's definitely what we can do. And you know what? Let's not wait for it. Let's have it this weekend.
This weekend? Are you sure?
Yeah, why not? We'll have it after the anniversary dinner. It's kind of a fitting time to meet your parents, right? We can tell them how the past 2 years have been with us dating each other.
Okay, we can do that. But I want you to promise me something, Justin. I want you to promise me that you're not going to let this affect our relationship. I mean, just now you were showing me how important this is to you. But don't forget that this is important to me as well. I want you to promise that no matter what happens on that day, no matter what you see, you're still going to accept me.
Oh, come on, Denise. I promise you're more important to me than anything in the world. In fact, you're the reason why I do what I do. I couldn't bear to lose you. This isn't going to affect our relationship, I swear.
Justin? Justin! It's been a while since you've talked to me. I'm getting a little bit worried about us now. Can you just open up to me, please? I'm really worried that something is going to happen in our relationship.
Look, Denise, don't worry about it. Nothing is going to happen. I told you, right? I'm very busy with work. I don't have time to talk, okay?
But it's already been some time now since you've been supposedly busy with work. You come home really late, so late that I don't even get to talk to you. Are you actually out there working that whole time?
You know the type of guy that I am, right? I like to keep my schedule jam-packed with things. So yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm too busy to talk to you. Don't worry, at some point it's gonna die down.
Okay, well, can you understand why I'm getting worried about this? I mean, it's just so coincidental. We had that lunch with my parents, and you didn't give me much of what you were thinking after it was finished. We had a very silent drive home. And when I asked you about what you thought, you said it was good and that was it. From that point on, you've barely talked to me. You promised me that you wouldn't let my parents affect our relationship, right? Well, now I'm starting to get super worried because the way you're behaving now is so different from how you used to behave. You've never done this type of thing before. Is what you saw that day bothering you?
Look, Denise, I really don't want to talk about it. I gave you my thoughts on the day, and that's that. It was good. Just stop worrying about it.
Don't give me that nonsense, Justin. It's so obvious that what happened on that day was an issue for you. Like, come on. You promised me. You promised me that you would be accepting of what you saw. Are you actually going back on your word right now?
Of course I'm not. Have you heard me say anything bad about that day? Did you hear me say anything bad about your parents? I haven't said anything, right? Right now, I'm being as accepting as I can be. I want you to respect that.
Okay, but I know you're trying and everything, but it's so clear that you really don't want to be accepting of what you saw. Just be honest with me, Justin. That's what's going on, right? You were really disgusted by what you saw that day.
Oh, come on, Denise, don't put words into my mouth. Don't try and assume how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. When it comes down to it, you're probably wrong anyway.
Okay, then. Well, how about you just tell me? We had that long lunch with my parents, and the only good thing you can tell me is that it was good? Of course I'm going to get worried about that. It's quite clear that you're trying to hide something. You're trying to hide your real thoughts.
Well, what do you want me to say? I said that I wanted to be accepting of them, and that's the way that I have to be. That's what I'm doing right now. So I can't say anything bad about them.
Well, I'd rather you just say it than keep it on the inside. It's clearly affecting you. I'm such an idiot. I shouldn't have let you meet my parents. I knew it was going to affect us. I knew it was the most stupid thing in the world. You must hate me for this.
What do you mean, hate you? Denise, you're not the one who got to choose your parents, right? This isn't your fault. I don't blame you for anything.
So who do you blame then, Justin? Do you blame my dad for this?
Considering what I saw that day, yes. If you want me to be truthful about my feelings, yes, I blame your dad.
Okay, Justin, look. I want you to be understanding, okay? You don't know what he's been through. You don't know how hard it's been on him.
A little bit of clarification would go a long way. I mean, just think about it yourself, Denise. Was that the most appropriate way to turn up to a lunch where you meet the man dating your daughter? Is that the type of impression you want to give him? That was one of the most bizarre things I have ever seen in my life. Like, I'm telling you right now, I was imagining all the things that you were worried about before that lunch. I was trying to think about what you would be so embarrassed about. Maybe your dad wasn't the most reputable person in society. Maybe he was a little bit of a dirtbag. Or, maybe he was just this really unkempt person who doesn't have his life on track. Maybe he was really obese. These are the types of people that I don't usually associate myself with. But if it's going to be the father of the girl that I'm dating, then sure, I'm going to be accepting of him. But in no way was I imagining that your dad would turn up to our lunch dressed like a horse.
He wasn't a horse, he was a pony.
Oh, come on, Denise. It's the same damn thing. I thought that he was trying to make fun of me at that point. I thought that you were trying to make fun of me. This was some sort of joke that you guys decided on, right? You wanted to prank me or something? But no, I was wrong. This was all serious.
I know it's a lot to take in. It's hard to accept that the girl you're dating has this type of father, right? It's like you said, you wouldn't even imagine that I would have this type of dad. But the fact of the matter is, that's who he is. That's what my dad enjoys. He likes to dress up as a pony from My Little Pony.
You've got to tell me the story behind this one. Something is not making sense here. I mean, your mom seems relatively normal. I didn't spot anything out of the ordinary, and honestly, the conversation I had with her was quite enjoyable too. Your dad, on the other hand, is just so bizarre, so out there. It boggles the mind how your mom actually stayed with this guy. I mean, is she serious about him? I am really at a loss for words right now, Denise.
I know, looking at the situation as it is right now, it would be pretty hard to understand. But believe me, there's a story behind what's going on here.
A story?
Yes. I know my dad appears the way he is now, and you can't look at him as being a normal, functioning member of society, but there was a time when he was.
A normal, functioning member of society, you say? I find that really hard to believe.
But it's true. He really used to be just a normal guy. I mean, think about it. He wasn't much different from you. Mom would often talk about it. She would often mention this different guy, someone barely reminiscent of the father I know today. He had his 9-to-5 job, acted like a normal person, and even had normal friends.
Did he really? So what happened then?
Well, everything was going fine with my dad. Every day he went to work with a really good attitude, aiming to put a smile on everyone's faces. He was pretty well regarded in the workplace, too. People knew him as someone who worked hard and was always ready for a chat around the office with a coffee in his hand. Apparently, he liked to joke around and add a little bit of fun to the dull place we call work.
Okay, well, it sounds like he was someone you often came across in the workplace. There's always a guy like that, one who doesn't take himself too seriously and just likes to have a bit of fun.
I know, right? But anyway, Dad was looking at his life as if it couldn't get any better. I mean, he had a wife he absolutely adored and 2 children with her. Not only that, but he felt he had a really good community at his workplace.
Sounds like he had a happily ever after ending, didn't he?
Well, he didn't. The fact is, despite having a great life and many good things going for him, his emotional sensitivity was always his downfall.
Emotional sensitivity?
Yeah, or to put it another way, my dad really took things too seriously. There was this one day when one of the workers organized a time for everyone to go out together. At that point, there was a lot of solidarity in the company because everyone treated each other as friends, which really boosted work output. One of the members decided that this was something they should celebrate. They felt that this type of camaraderie was a really rare thing in a company. I mean, sure, people can be friends on the surface, but to truly be friends is another matter. So, this person decided to send out invites and placed one on everyone's desk. He thought he got everyone, but there was just one person he forgot. The one person he really shouldn't have forgotten.
I'm guessing that person was your dad, right?
Correct. The thing is, any normal person would just brush it off and maybe even inquire about what happened. My dad reacted in a different manner, though. He found out that everyone was going out for drinks and had excluded him. He grew really antisocial at work and didn't want to engage in those fun conversations he used to have. Everyone noticed the change, and the person who did the invitations tried to understand what happened. The moment everyone found out he was the one who didn't get an invitation, they felt horrible and apologized. They tried to explain that it was a simple mistake, but my dad just wasn't listening. He thought it was just them lying so they could get on his good side again and perhaps do something similar later. He thought they were out to hurt him.
This is a bit childish, don't you think? Did he actually think that way?
Like I said, everyone has their downsides, and this is my father's. He takes everything too seriously. They tried to explain and explain and explain, but he just wouldn't listen. Eventually, he got so mad that he picked up his keyboard and slammed it down, sending all the keys flying everywhere.
No way. He really took it to heart, didn't he?
He did. He apologized to his manager and replaced the keyboard, but his bad attitude persisted from that point on. Eventually, he became one of the worst workers there, and they had no choice but to lay him off. Dad started to take it as them firing him because he was weird or quirky or something. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was a bad worker. There was something about him that they couldn't accept, and it was the whole reason why they didn't invite him to that party in the first place. He sat at home in his room for days on end. Mom was worried that something was going on in there. She was praying that he was looking for a new job. It turns out Dad was trying to find a community that would accept him. Some community that was accepting of anyone, no matter how weird and quirky they were. It was at that point that he found the brony community and became obsessed with it.
So that's how it all started.
That's right. Little by little, we saw Dad turning into the person he is now. At first, it started with just watching the show. Then it progressed to writing fan comics. Before long, we saw his own designs for ponies posted all around the house. And then, what do you know? He starts to don the pony suit. Now he's this guy who's fully comfortable with the person he is. He's got a community out there that will accept him for any type of irrational behavior he has.
What a transformation. How does your mom feel about this? Did she really want to stick around with this guy?
Mom was in quite a predicament. I mean, there was a part of her that still loved the man she used to know. He was a really good person who worked hard for his family. Every day, he walked around with a smile. That person turned into a man who walked around in a pony suit every day. There were times she thought about leaving him, but the fact is she has a family. She needed him to help with raising the children, even if that help wasn't particularly the best.
This is a lot to take in. I've never heard of someone going on this journey before.
You don't hate him for this, do you?
I don't think hate is the word I should be using here. I just find it really hard to comprehend. I mean, I understand his background. I understand what he's been through. I know that he must have experienced a lot of hurt, and he's really enthusiastic about this thing, and honestly, that's fine. I'm happy that he has a hobby. I don't look down on him for that.
Okay, well, you still sound like you're really angry about this. Are you embarrassed by him? Actually, who am I kidding? I know what it is. You couldn't possibly think about dating me after seeing something like this. That's what's going on, right? You're actually thinking about breaking up with me? That's why you haven't been talking to me this whole time.
It's none of that, to be honest. Listen, I'm not gonna let this affect our relationship. I mean, you didn't have a choice in the matter. I'm not really sure what you thought about your own father this whole time, but as for me, I just feel insulted.
You feel insulted?
Yeah, I mean, when I met your parents the other day, I tried to put in a lot of effort. I don't know if you noticed, but I looked a bit sharper than I usually do. I did my best to give a first impression.
You're not wrong about that. I think you bought a fresh new suit, right? I've never seen that before. Not only that, but you were sitting up a lot straighter than you usually do.
That's right. I was trying to do my best to make a good impression on them. I was hoping that they would do the same, or at least put in some sort of effort too. I mean, we want to impress each other, right? But the fact that your dad couldn't even get dressed up was really irritating for me.
What are you talking about? He did get dressed up.
Yeah, okay, he got dressed up as a pony. Is that really the type of impression you want to give your daughter's boyfriend? I thought that he would actually take this seriously. Wear a suit, wear a t-shirt, wear anything apart from a damn costume.
Okay, but the thing is, Justin, he did take it seriously. I know it didn't seem like it because you don't know him well enough, but he was serious about meeting you.
Denise, the man didn't even show me his face. I have no idea what he looks like. I went through that whole lunch talking with him and didn't even know who he is, but he knows who I am. Surely you can see that as really disrespectful, right?
I know. I get that. I really do. It's just who he is. Think about what happened to him. He's really scared of judgment, you know? He doesn't feel safe taking off that outfit, especially with someone he's just met. But give it a little bit of time, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take the head off, and you can see him for who he really is. He's just a really unique guy, and it's going to take time for you guys to get along. You said you cared about me, right? You cared about this relationship. If that's the case, I want you to go the extra distance for me. I want you to be a bit more understanding of my dad.
Look, I'm not really sure about this, Denise. I mean, I guess if he starts being a bit more respectful from this point on, I could probably have a relationship with him. But I want to make one thing clear. I don't particularly care about the fact that he likes ponies or anything. Is it a little bit weird and quirky? Sure, but I'm not going to judge him for it. I just wish he gave me the decency of seeing his actual face.
I'm sorry, Justin. I really am. This was a stupid idea. I knew this would lead to a fight. I knew you would be absolutely repulsed by him.
I just have one thing to ask. How did you make it through this?
What do you mean?
Well, look, I've got to be honest with you, Denise. I have met a lot of people. I've met a lot of different girls. As you know, being the guy that I am, I'm quite picky. I don't want to waste my time on just anyone. I only want to choose someone who I know has their head on straight.
Were you really that picky?
Of course I was. You don't even realize the amount of time it took me to actually get a girlfriend. I was turning down people left and right. They just didn't meet my criteria. Then along comes you. The girl who just seems to be doing everything right. I mean, she's working hard, she has a normal lifestyle, she's involved in her community. Just by talking to you, I could feel how reasonable you are. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but getting into a relationship with you just felt like the right thing to do. Something was telling me that I had to do it. And what do you know? We start dating and I have the time of my life. I really grew to love you. But to think that you've come from this type of household? To think that your dad actually engages in this type of hobby and he goes out in that costume of his on a regular basis? I find it so hard to believe that the product of his parenting ends up being you. Like, logically, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, am I just missing out on some sort of secret parenting technique? Does he actually understand something that I don't? It boggles the mind.
Look, I know you'd be really confused about this, Justin. It is quite bizarre. But the fact of the matter is that I've had my own ways of coping with this type of thing as I was growing up.
Coping?
Yeah. I mean, if you think you were embarrassed sitting in the cafe today with a guy dressed up as a pony, think about all the other occasions I've had. I've had him come to my graduation like this. I've had him dress up in that thing and walk around the house, even when my friends were over. Think about it. It becomes a really hard thing to explain, right? Over time, I've become quite used to the embarrassment of having him behave this way.
So you were actually ashamed of this?
To some extent, yes. I mean, I could see the weirdness and peculiarity of my own father, and it had the opposite effect on me. I wanted to stay away from that type of thing as much as possible. I wanted to be as normal as I could be. Any type of weird quirk that I could see in my dad, I tried to get rid of immediately if I saw it within myself. So over time, I aimed to create a more and more reasonable person. In all honesty, it was an attempt to hide the fact that my family was like that. And throughout my whole relationship with you, I've been doing the exact same thing.
Well, you've been doing a good job. If I'm being honest, I feel kind of bad for pushing you to make me meet him. I know you must have been really conflicted about it, but at the same time, it had to happen at some point.
What are you going to do about this, Justin? You don't hate me for this, do you?
I can't. I feel sorry for you and what you had to deal with. At the same time, it's not that much of an issue for me. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a little bit weird, but it's like you said. If your dad's gonna show me who he is and talk to me normally at some point, I don't see why I can't continue this.
Are you serious about that?
I sure am. I mean, that's how much I love you, Denise. You really are that important to me. There is one little issue, though.
All right, what issue are you talking about?
Well, I noticed something peculiar about your dad. He seemed to be very attached to you. This is also another reason why I was a bit annoyed with him. He was sitting there, judging me and being critical of who I am while he was wearing that outfit. He was really trying to assess if I should be the type of guy he should give his daughter away to. I don't think he's that excited to part ways with you, to be honest, Denise. I mean, when we brought up the idea of us living together, he got a little bit emotional about it, right? I think he was crying underneath that suit of his.
Yeah. Look, my dad has that type of side to him. Before my sister and I were born, he absolutely loved our mom. But when his children were born, he couldn't love anything more than us. My sister is currently married and has her own husband, and he's not on particularly good terms with him. He still looks at that guy as the one that stole his daughter away. I think he's feeling the same thing with me. He doesn't want me to be stolen away by you.
Well, that's a little bit immature, don't you think? You've got to grow up at some point, right? He can't cling to you forever. Does he actually care about you becoming your own person and getting out there and after it? A good father would let you be successful and not try and hold you back.
I know, but my dad looks at love and being a good parent in a different way. I mean, he's all about bond and friendship. He wants to maintain the bond that I have with him. In his mind, me moving out with you means that there's going to be less time that I can be with him. Consequently, whatever bond or love that we have for each other is going to decrease. That's the way he's thinking about it.
This sounds like a serious case of attachment issues. Well, I hope he can come to terms with the fact that you are going to move out with me and things are going to get serious from this point on. He has to learn to let go. He has to find some other passion in life. He can't consider himself a good parent if he just continually holds you back.
I know. Anyway, I'm really happy that you can think about this reasonably, Justin. I thought for sure that you were going to break up with me. It's such a relief to know that you're still going to stick with me regardless.
Of course I am. I'm really happy to know this side of you, Denise. In a way, it makes me feel a lot better. I know it might sound weird, but I kind of like you a lot more for it. You've definitely gone through some struggles to be the type of person that you are, and I respect that. Anyway, I'm really sorry for my attitude lately. I just needed to talk about things, but it's good that we finally got to talk about it. We can go back to being a normal couple from now on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, how about I organize another little date for us in the near future? Something that's going to put us back on track.
Wow, you want to go on another date this early?
Yeah, come on, you deserve it. It took a lot of courage for you to make me meet your parents, and I want to reward you for that. Anyway, I'll message you sometime in the near future. I'll let you know what type of date we'll have.
Thanks. Thanks so much for being understanding. Talking about this just makes me cherish this relationship even more.
Jake, just what the hell do you think you're doing?
What? I'm just enjoying my day. Is that such a crime? Am I not allowed to do that? Why are you bothering me? You got what you wanted, right? You took my daughter away. Be happy with that. Don't try and make my life any worse than it is.
Don't sit here and try to play the victim with me, Jake. I know you're up to something right now. What do you think you're doing walking into my house? Actually, you know what? You aren't even walking into it. You're breaking into it. Just what exactly are you planning?
I have got no idea what you're talking about. Why would I ever need to go into your house? I wouldn't even do anything like that. Aren't you supposed to be working right now? Just go back to your computer and tap away like you always do. Don't waste your time wondering what I'm doing with my day.
I don't need to wonder what you're doing with your day because I've seen it on my security cameras. You do realize I have that place heavily surveilled, right?
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, that's right. Recently, I've been suspicious about things that have been going on in my house. I mean, it clearly looks like someone's been breaking in. They haven't been stealing much stuff, they've really just been stealing food. But regardless, I wanted to see who it is exactly and actually catch them in the act. Little did I think it would actually be you.
Well, what do you mean it would be me? Don't you think you're mistaken? I mean, did you explicitly see me walking into your house on those cameras of yours?
Well, I didn't see you exactly, but come on, Jake. Who else is going to break into that house wearing a pony outfit? I find it hard to believe that it's anyone else but you.
Oh, come on. You act as if I'm the only one who goes around wearing a pony outfit. I mean, seriously, don't you think that other people do that as well?
Look, until your daughter introduced me to you and told me about the community that you're involved in, no. But at the same time, I've seen you wear that exact same outfit before. That's one of your favorites. Don't try and sit there and tell me that you're not breaking into my house right now.
Drats. I guess I can't keep the act up any longer. I can't believe you actually got cameras on that place. Are you really that protective of your own house?
Of course I am. It's my temple, right? That place is mine and my wife's sanctuary. It's the place where we return for safety. I need to make sure it's protected, and now look at what you're doing. You're actually trespassing on our property.
Well, hang on a minute. Is this really trespassing? I mean, don't forget who I am. Just because I handed my daughter off to you and you guys are married doesn't mean that I'm not family. I still have a right to come to this house. I still have a right to see my daughter.
True, that might be the case, but you don't have the right to just break into our house and start eating all my food. That right there is a crime, Jake. I could send you to prison for that if I wanted to.
You're gonna do what now? Well, isn't that just grand? Look at you. I bet you love being in your position, don't you? You love to have a power trip. First, you steal my daughter away from me, and now you actually want to lock me up in prison? You're just like the rest of those douchebags that I've met in my life. You're just a big meanie.
That's not the case at all, Jake. I'm just trying to be reasonable here. I'm trying to protect my home.
Look at you trying to act like an adult, trying to act so mature. I don't know why my daughter decided to marry someone like you. You're just like those jerks that used to torment me at my workplace. You're the exact same as them. In fact, you're worse. You couldn't just accept my daughter for who she is. She was a beautiful person with a beautiful soul, and that wasn't enough for you. You're actually forcing her to do all these different types of things now.
What different types of things? I'm not forcing her to do anything.
Well, of course you are. Back when I was the one taking care of her, I didn't ask anything of her. I didn't say that she had to go out there and get a high-paying job. I didn't say that she had to go to the gym most of the week. It was 100% love and acceptance. Now look at what she has to do. She has to jump through so many hoops and hurdles just to impress you. It is absolutely disgusting to see. You're a manipulative control freak.
You're making a lot of harsh accusations right there, Jake. You better be careful with what you say. Just for your information, I haven't forced her to do anything. Everything that your daughter is doing is of her own free will. It was her own free will to marry me. It was her own free will to go to the gym, and it was her own free will to go to work. I didn't tell her to do anything like that. She just took the initiative.
Yeah, well, regardless, it's just so sad to see. It's so sad to see my little girl go down the path of misery when she could just be free and herself. I mean, I told her so many times she could be involved in my pony community if she wanted. Everyone would love her. She has such a sweet soul.
Yeah, well, you should be rejoicing in the fact that she hasn't been joining in that community. The fact of the matter is, her decision not to do that means that she's free, doesn't it?
You really are too smart for your own good, you know that?
Anyway, look, Jake, I've got a lot of things to do. I'm a busy guy. I've got a lot of roles and responsibilities in my company, and I don't have the time to sit here and argue with you. Can you kindly leave the premises before I call the police?
No, I am not doing that. Why the hell should I? Don't treat me like I'm some criminal. I'm family.
So, what are you gonna do? Just sit in my house all day? Do you really think that I'm just gonna sit by and let that happen?
Come on. What do you think I'm gonna do? Do you think I'm in your house vandalizing it? Do you think I'm actually stealing all your items or something? That's not what is going on at all. I'm allowed to stay here if I want to.
Jake, I am warning you, if you don't do the right thing and leave, I'm gonna do something about this.
Okay then, well, go on. Surprise me. Let's see what you're gonna do about it. I highly doubt that you're gonna call the police.
Hey, honey, I know you're really busy at work as well, but there's something I need to give you a heads up on. You know how we've been worried about that person who's been breaking into our house?
Tell me about it. I'm telling you right now, Justin. There are times when I can't even sleep at night because I'm trying to figure out who it is and if they break in again. Are you telling me that you found something out?
I sure have. Those cameras we installed have revealed everything. We finally know who it is, and you are not gonna like who it is.
Who is it?
It turns out that your dad has been breaking in.
Dad?
Yep, he's been breaking into the house wearing that pony outfit of his. It amazes me that he still wears that thing, even to break in. Is there ever a time when he takes that thing off?
I can't believe it. Here I was actually thinking it was someone dangerous. This whole time it's actually been my dad? Well, I guess we've got nothing to worry about then.
What do you mean it's nothing to worry about? This guy is still breaking into our house, Denise. We can't sit by and let this happen.
I know, but it's just my dad, right? He's harmless. I'm pretty sure we can just let this one slide by.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure why your dad didn't just ask us if he could come over.
Well, maybe because he's scared of you. You guys don't particularly get along, you know?
I realize that, but it's still just common courtesy. Anyway, do you mind having a talk with him when you get home, Denise? I'm kind of worried that something's going on with your dad. I mean, this is really weird behavior coming out of nowhere. I can't help but feel like something's going on.
All right. I'm already busy enough as it is, but I guess I don't really have a choice. We need to figure out what's going on with him. How do you feel about my dad anyway? Do you think you guys can get along now? I mean, it's been a while since you've actually seen his face, right? You said the moment that you saw his face and you could trust him, you guys would get along.
Wow, you're gonna ask me that question, are you? I mean, fair enough. I saw his face for a little glimpse of a second, but I don't think it's enough for me to actually trust him. He still wears that thing anytime I see him. I thought that he would take it off anytime he sees me, but he hasn't.
I see. I really hope things work out. He is family, after all.
Yeah, well, until he accepts that I'm your husband and I haven't done anything like stolen you away, then I think we're not gonna get along. I'm telling you right now, Denise, it's all dependent on how he reacts towards me. If he treats me with respect, then I'm gonna be able to give it back to him. Hey, Denise, you and your dad have been in that room for a while now. Have you guys finally talked about what's going on? I'm getting kind of sleepy. I might go to bed soon, so if you guys are going to keep talking, just update me on it tomorrow.
Oh, hey, look, we're just finishing up right now. It's kind of sad what's going on. Justin, you're not going to believe this.
What's up?
Well, there's a reason why Dad's acting this way. Apparently, he's gotten a divorce from Mom.
I'm sorry, what now? He got a divorce? Well, that's coming out of the blue. Why?
Well, it's kind of like you said over these years. You've been really bewildered at how Mom has been able to put up with him, right? You've been saying that no normal person would have the patience to be in a relationship with a guy like this. Well, apparently, she's just had enough. She doesn't want to deal with him anymore. She's embarrassed to walk around with him. She can't go to the shops with him. She can't go on a date with him. Even at home, he still wears that costume to bed. Like, he doesn't take the thing off. Mom is starting to get really annoyed with how he's behaving.
Are you serious? It's gotten that bad?
Yeah. I mean, I was just on the phone with Mom. She was explaining everything to me. Her and Dad are in a really rough patch at the moment, and he's been coming over here to find solace, just to find the company of other people. He also said that he really misses me. He wants to revive that bond between father and daughter.
Oh, this is crazy. I mean, I've always thought it would be the smart decision for your mom to just leave him, but I can't believe it's taken this long. Not only that, but I still can't believe he actually sleeps in that outfit. That thing must stink.
I wouldn't doubt that, to be honest. Mom says it has this unique smell that you can't really describe. And I know my dad. He's not the type of guy that particularly likes to shower.
Gross. So anyway, what's this supposed to mean? Your dad's actually gonna move in with us?
Something like that. He intends to move in and be a big happy family again. He wants us to accept him here.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me right now. I can't handle him for 10 minutes and now I've actually got to live with him? I don't know if this is gonna work out, Denise.
Okay, but that's not all, Justin. There's something else I need to tell you.
Oh boy, here we go. No doubt it's gonna be bad news. What's up?
Well, this is something that's been on my mind for a while now. I haven't had the courage to say anything about it. I wasn't really sure how you're going to take it.
Take what? You're making me really scared right now, Denise. What's going on? Are you in trouble?
No, nothing like that. I mean, maybe. I don't know. The fact of the matter is, I've been taking a lot of pregnancy tests recently.
Pregnancy tests? Oh, don't tell me. Are you actually?
That's right. I'm having a baby.
Oh my god, Denise, this is amazing. How come you wouldn't tell me sooner? Do you know how happy that makes me?
Does it actually?
Of course it does. Having a family is a really beautiful thing. I've always wanted to be a father. This is great. I wonder what we're having. I wonder if it's a boy. Maybe I can raise him to be just like me, just like my dad raised me. How cool would that be? I would be looking at the world through the lens of my father. Or maybe it could be a little girl. I can raise her to be as responsible and well-mannered as you. God, this is so exciting. Denise, you have no idea how happy I am about this. I'm glad. I really am glad.
But this is big, right? I mean, we've got my dad moving in, and we also have this baby that's coming along the way. What are we going to do about this? Are we actually going to be this big family?
Oh, crap. You've got to be joking me right now. First, I'm feeling like the happiest man in the world, and now I just feel down in the dumps. I forgot about your dad. I wish you had given me the good news first. So he's actually gonna move in, is he? How do you feel about this, Denise? I know he's your dad and everything. There's a part of him that you love, but can you imagine having to raise children around this guy? Do you really think he's going to be a good influence on them?
Well, I know there are a lot of good parts to my dad. He's got a lot of unconditional love that he can bless the kids with. But he's going to be wearing that damn outfit the whole time.
So you realize that too. Look, it's like you said, those positive qualities are really good things. I'd love that to be instilled into our children, but this whole idea that it's okay to be walking around in an outfit regardless of the occasion, that's something I can't agree with. Not only that, but I don't want him to be teaching our children that everything they do and say should be treated with love and acceptance. Our kids need to know that there are boundaries and responsibilities. They need to know that if they don't have their heads screwed on straight, the world is going to punish them for it. They can't just blindly love themselves if they're a failed human being.
I know, Justin. You're right. You're totally right about that. I've been having the same worries myself, which is why I was really scared when Dad told me about him moving in here.
Okay, so you agree that we can't really have him involved in parenting the kids? He can be family, but it's not good for him to teach his ways to them.
No, I don't think that way at all. My dad needs to leave this house.
Okay, well, as it happens, I have a plan. So, the next time we get a chance to talk, I'll tell you about it. Things are gonna work out for us, I promise you that. We're gonna have a happy family.
Hey, come on, guys. This isn't funny. This is really unnerving. Can someone please talk to me? Why is it that I've been sending my daughter message after message and she's just ignoring me?
Hi, Jake. I'm assuming you're home and you know what's going on. You know what's happening here, right?
I guess. It seems like everyone is going to move out of this house without even informing me. I mean, just take a look at the place. My stuff is scattered everywhere while everyone else's stuff is gone. Just what's going on right now? If we were going to move somewhere else, how come you didn't tell me?
Well, the fact of the matter is, we're leaving you in the dust, Jake. We don't want you to be a part of this family anymore.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. Denise's sister told us what happened. We already know about you getting a divorce with your wife. She's kicked you out of that home. She wanted you to change your habits, but you refused to do so. After that, you needed a place to stay. There's a part of you that always loved Denise's sister more than Denise herself. So you went to her first. Denise tried to put up with you for a little while, but you were scheming against her and her husband. You were hoping that you could make them break up somehow so that Denise fell back to you. You did this so that you could get as much of her attention as possible. They realized what you were doing and they kicked you out immediately. From that point on, you decided to try with Denise herself. Maybe your other daughter might be able to help you. But once again, you've been doing the same thing. You've been telling Denise lies about me. You're trying to say that I've been cheating on her. You've been trying to create false rumors. You've actually tried to sabotage our relationship. There is no way that we're going to keep someone like that in our family any longer. It's clear that the only person you care about is yourself.
Oh, come on. It was just a little bit of a mistake. Don't take it so harshly. I mean, look, I'll change. You guys are moving out somewhere, right? You have to take me with you. Think about your child. My daughter is pregnant, right? Do you really expect to raise that child on your own? I've raised 2 daughters already. I already have a lot more experience than you do. You need my help. My help is invaluable. You'd be shooting yourself in the foot by not letting me come with you.
I'm afraid we have concerns on that front as well. The fact of the matter is, Denise and I have a plan for the type of child we want to raise. We want them to be successful and do their best. Unfortunately, with someone like you around, you're going to be too lenient on them. You're probably even going to convince them that they don't have to try their best at all. They should just love themselves no matter how much of a failure they could be.
Well, I don't see why that's such a bad thing. Not everyone can be perfect.
Well, what should they do then, Jake? Follow your example? Should they quit their company just because they think everyone hates them? I don't want my children to start thinking that way, and neither does Denise.
I can't believe it. My own family is turning their back on me. My 2 girls that I love with all my heart.
If you truly love them, you would let them go. You would let them be with their families instead of trying to tear them apart. I'm not sure what you're going to do with your life from this point on, Jake, but I wish you the best. I hope that you can find your place out there.
I've had my wife leave me, I've had my other daughter disown me, and now I have Denise disown me as well? Does life get any worse than this?
Jake was in a rough patch for a while from that point on. Not only did he lose all of his family members, but he also didn't have a place to stay. The only thing he had was his community. He went back to his community and explained everything to them. He fabricated the story and made it out that we all hated him because of the thing that he liked. We hated the fact that he wore that costume and tried to manipulate his daughters to get a divorce with their husbands. While we thought it was inappropriate for him to wear that costume on certain occasions, that wasn't the reason why we had to get rid of him. The reason we had to expel Jake from our lives was because he was a toxic individual. Unfortunately, like most people in his life, Jake made a lot of mistakes. But when you make those mistakes, you need to learn from them. He couldn't learn from the fact that he needed to get over his overly emotional personality. He needs to stop taking things so seriously. When his coworkers forgot to put an invite on his desk, it wasn't because they hated him. It was just a genuine slip-up. When his other daughter and her husband said that they couldn't have him stay in their house, it wasn't because they hated him. They just realized that he was too clingy towards his daughter, to the extent that he would actually sabotage her marriage. Jake made a lot of mistakes that he needed to learn from. But instead of repenting and thinking about what he did wrong, he wanted to find people that would sympathize with him. Thankfully, his brony community did exactly that. The fact of the matter is, the other members there were experiencing something very similar. Apparently, now he's living in a share house that consists of other bronies, and it's hard to say if he's really enjoying it there. On the one hand, he's part of his community a lot more now. I'm sure he's having a lot more fun. But at the same time, I've heard that this particular community hasn't been taking off their outfits either. I'm sure that even Jake is feeling like the place is starting to stink up. As for Denise and me, we made some big decisions in our life and moved out of that home. Because both of us are really hard workers, we've accumulated quite a decent amount of money. We managed to get a nice little place that suits us and the family we're going to raise in the future. Unfortunately, because of his behavior, we can't bring Denise's dad into this little kid's life. But we could definitely bring in the mom. It was really nice to see her after so long. Getting a divorce from Jake has done wonders for her. She's beginning to smile a lot more, she's really enjoying life, and she has a healthy disposition that she can bring to the family home. I have a really good feeling about raising a family from this point on, and who knows? If it goes as well as I think it will, I wouldn't be against the idea of having another child in the near future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.